Good evening, everyone, and welcome live to the Brevard Sports Network. As we are here from Calvary Chapel, I'm Jackson Robb, and alongside me tonight, my cameraman and producer, Caleb Brown. Welcome, everyone, to game number. Now, this is the third game to start of tonight's triple header in volleyball on the Brevard Sports Network. We had the JV game between these two teams first. Alan Zlatozinski currently covering Vieira versus New Smyrna Beach. And here now the varsity game between the MCC Hustlers and the Calvary Chapel Eagles. Welcome everyone once again to Calvary Chapel for this one. Big matchup early in the season for these two teams. MCC looking for their first win on this new year as they are 0-4 so far. Calvary Chapel is a confirmed 1-2. They had a game, I believe, against Palm Bay that there wasn't a score for, so they come in at 1-2 is the record we have. Head coaches for each team for MCC, head coach Patrick Barrett, the assistant coach Taylor Croning, and for Calvary Chapel, head coach Sarah Cieslak and assistant coach Abigail Milton as we get set to start tonight's third game of the triple header. Second game of the night here from Calvary Chapel as MCC as the Hustlers took the JV game in 3 sets. Go over the starters here as they get set. Actually, I'll give them to you as they come. Back at the service line for Calvary Chapel, number 9, Olivia Wolf. Good serve by Wolf. It was tipped out, so the point goes to Calvary Chapel on the ace for Wolf. I think it was going to go long anyway, but thanks to the contact, the point goes to Calvary Chapel. 1-0 lead to start for the Eagles. Wolf back to the service line. Powerful serve there received by the Hustlers. Here comes the spike to get over. That one goes short, and the point heads back to Calvary Chapel, 2-0. Olivia Wolf heads back to the service line. Once again, that one will go long, and MCC gets on the board with that one. 2-1 now. The lead for Calvary Chapel. Heading back to the service line to start for MCC is Jackie Ramos. Here's the serve by Ramos. Received well by Calvary Chapel. Got to go over on this third hit. Nice bump. Set up there. Good set. Got to go over on the tip there. They will. Back and forth. That bump gets over, and the kill for Calvary Chapel. And the Eagles take a 3-1 lead. Great kill there by the Eagles. Start back to the service line now for Calvary Chapel. Desiree Green, the senior. Here comes a serve by Green, a powerful one, and the ace for Green. And it's a 4-1 lead for Calvary Chapel to start. Desiree Green heads back to the line. And Green with back-to-back aces there. That one off the top of the net. 5-1. Calvary Chapel leads. Desiree Green once again on the serve. Tips off the top of the net. 3 straight aces for Green. And it's 6-1 now for Calvary Chapel. Great run here at the line by Green. And that one stays in. 4 straight aces for Desiree. 7-1. Eagles lead. 4 straight aces now for Desiree Green. Green stays at the service line there. The serve finally gets received by MCC. No, it won't. 5 straight aces now. What a run here. 5 straight aces for number 5, and that forces a Hustlers timeout. After 5 straight aces by Desiree Green at the service line. 8-1. The Eagles lead early in set number 1. So Hustlers need the timeout here to get regrouped. Look to make a comeback here. I'd like to thank our first sponsor, Kel Clean Pressure Washing. You can find them on Facebook or Instagram, or you can call them at 321-505-7006. There's also Beachway Volleyball Club. You can find them at beachwayvolleyball.club or 321-243-8456. Thank our two sponsors for all their support as the girls take it back to the floor. Eagles lead at 8-1 early in set number 1. Desiree Green returns to the service line. She's riding 5 straight aces here early in the game. A big 5 aces, though, to give the Eagles this lead. Green, that one goes long, so the run ends there, as now MCC will take back to the service line, and they trail it 8-2. At the line will be Mia Humes, the sophomore. Here comes the serve by Humes. That one just creeps over. Great dig by the Eagles. Got to get over. They will. Great plays there by the Eagles. Got to get over there on that touch. Great dig once again by the Eagles. That's the libero. Get her name in a second for you. Good tip up once again. Keeping it in and getting it over. Great dig by MCC. The tip over will get them the point. So after a great rally back and forth, the Hustlers get the point, make it 8-3. I will give credit to Calvary Chapel's libero now. That was Isabel Seward making a lot of great plays. But still, the point goes to the Hustlers. And staying at the line is Mia Humes. Humes gets it over. Good receive. And a double on Calvary Chapel. So here comes a slight run by MCC. It's 8-4 now. Humes stays at the service line. Here comes a serve by Humes. Once again, that one can't be received off the net, and the ace by Humes. 8-5. Nice run here by MCC out of the timeout. 4 straight points for the Hustlers. Here comes the serve by Humes. That one off the net, and that run ends now as Calvary Chapel takes a 9-5 lead, and they head back to the service line. It'll be number 7, Abigail Duquette. Duquette serve. 2 players go for it. Keep it up. Humes tips it over. Good job by Calvary Chapel keeping it up. Here comes the third touch. That's got to get over. They will with power. On the line, and the point goes to the Eagles. Number 9 with the kill, Olivia Wolf. Heading back to the service line again for Calvary Chapel, Abigail Duquette. Duquette serve received now. Third touch, got to get over. Big spike for MCC, a little bit too big there by Grace Vivera. A point goes to Calvary Chapel, 11-5 now. As Duquette stays at the service line. That serve deep, can't be received, and the ace by Duquette. 12-5 now, Calvary Chapel leads as they're going on a run now. There it comes again, the serve by Duquette. This one will be received by MCC. Third touch, got to get over here. They will, but it'll go out of bounds. Ellie Bonenberger tried to get it over there, but it goes out. 13-5 now, the lead for the Eagles as Abigail Duquette continues at the service line. That one out, and the run ends. The point goes to the Hustlers, now 13-6. Heading to the service line for the Hustlers, number 13, that's Mary Paternoster. The senior heads to the service line now for the Hustlers. So coming after the substitutions, MCC with the serve. Paternoster gets over there, good receive by the Eagles, and the big spike on the third touch goes long, and the point stays with MCC, 13-7, and Paternoster will head back to the service line once again. Paternoster serve received now by the Eagles. Going to set up the third touch here off the free ball. That one sails close out of bounds, and the points stay with MCC. 13-8 now, Calvary Chapel leads. Paternoster heads back to the service line. There's the serve. Good receive. The set. Got to go over here on this third hit. It's tipped at the net. Great job on the dig there by Humes. Got to go over on this one. Wolf will. And that spike can't be received by the Hustlers. The point heads back over to Calvary Chapel. 14-8. The Eagles lead it around halfway. Back to serve for Calvary Chapel. Ainsley Shack. And her serve can't be received, so the ace for Shack. 15-8 now, the lead for Calvary Chapel. Shack, the only 8th grader on this varsity roster. Served by Shack, short off the net. Point heads back over the net to MCC, 15-9. Back to serve now will be number 4, Ellie Bonenberger. Bonenberger here. MCC trails by 6, short off the net. And the serve heads back over to Calvary Chapel. They lead it now 16-9. Back to the service line for Calvary Chapel, the libero, Isabel Seward. The senior. Good serve by Seward. This one received by MCC. Good job getting there. That one. And that one stays in. Point goes to MCC. It was a close call there. Point goes to MCC. They still trail at 16-10. Grace Vivera now serving for the Hustlers. That set too close to the net for the Eagles to get over. Another point for MCC. 16-11 now. Calvary Chapel still leads. Vivera back to the service line. Nice serve by Vivera, now received at the net. Set, got to get it over the tip. Hits the floor. It was tipped at the net by Doria Small, but it wasn't enough to keep it from going to the ground. 17-11 now, the lead for Calvary Chapel. Number 10 at the service line, Abigail Cieslak. Yes, over there. Got to go over here. Third touch, Humes. The spike off the net. And the point goes to Calvary Chapel, 18-11. Cieslak staying at the service line for Calvary Chapel. Here comes a serve by Cieslak. Received well on the bump. Now here they go. Humes. Spike goes long out of bounds. Point stays with Calvary Chapel. They lead it now 19-11 here as set 1 starts to get closer to the end. And with that point, MCC takes their second timeout. Again, the Eagles lead the Hustlers 19-11 here in set number 1. Once again, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Kel Clean Pressure Washing. Find them on Facebook or Instagram or at 321-505-7006. And Beach Wave Volleyball Club. You can find them at 321-243-8456 or at beachwavevolleyball.club. Always love our sponsors that support the Brevard Sports Network. 19-11 our score here. Getting closer to the end in set number 1. Calvary Chapel leads MCC. The Hustlers took the JV game, and now the varsity girls face off. Also on the Brevard Sports Network tonight, Allen's Lauderzinski over at Vieira High School for the highly anticipated game of the week between the Vieira Hawks and the New Smyrna Beach Kudos. A regional final rematch from last year where the Hawks came out on top in 5 sets. So still at the service line for Calvary Chapel, that is Abigail Cieslak. Here comes a serve by Cieslak. Just creeps over the net. MCC able to receive it. The set too close to the net. And the point goes to Calvary Chapel, 20-11. Sub coming in for MCC, that's Ajane Momprus. So still at the service line is Cieslak for the Eagles. They lead at 20-11. Cieslak serves short off the net. A point and possession heads back over to MCC. Heading back to the service line is number 21, Doria Small, the senior. Here comes a serve by Small. Good serve there, close up to the net. Good set. The spike off the third touch goes, and the tip back by MCC will grant them the point. Great tip there by the Hustlers. 20-13 now. Calvary Chapel still leads. Small will head back to the service line for the Hustlers. Doria Small with the serve. Nice booming serve there. Receive. The spike there gets over for the kill by number 7, Abigail Duquette. And the Eagles are back on the board. 21-13 now they lead. Checking in now for MCC, number 1, Haley Carestis. So back at the service line now, Olivia Wolf for the Eagles. Big serve there by Wolf. Just creeps over the net with power. And that one can't be received. And a great serve by Wolf leads to the point. 22-13 Eagles. Olivia Wolf. Another great serve for the ace. Great serve there by Wolf. 23-13 as the Eagles have jumped out to a 10-point lead now towards the end of the first set. Sub checking in for MCC, number 8, Cecilia Hayded. Here comes a serve by Wolf. Eagles lead by 10. Great serve there. This one will be received well. Set, got to go over here in the third. Touch, they will. Received now by Calvary Chapel. The set, the spike. Going long out past the back corner. 23-14 now. MCC picks up the point, heading back to the service line. The libero, number 3, Grace Sonlin. Sonlin back at the service line. Sonlin serve. Might have gone long, but Calvary Chapel keeps it in. Good tip over there. Bump, got to get over here on the spike. They will. Good play up towards the net. Too close to the net to get it over for the Eagles. The point stays with MCC. 23-15 now. Sonlane stays back at the line. The senior libero. 23-15. Eagles lead. Comes the set. Got to go over the spike on the third touch. Touched. And it'll go out, and that'll set it up for set point for the Eagles. That hit might have sailed out of bounds, but due to the touch, it stays, well, it keeps the point with Calvary Chapel. And now at the service line for set point, number 5, Desiree Green. Set point for the Eagles. Green serve. Good set. Good tip. The dig by the Eagles keeps it up into play. Wolf spike on the third touch now for the Hustlers. Can't get over, and that will be set number 1. The Calvary Chapel Eagles take set number 1 over the MCC Hustlers here in the varsity action, 25-15. And we will take a quick break here in between sets. Once again, Calvary Chapel takes set number 1, 25-15.
Kid's only a sophomore.
There goes the light again. Welcome back live to Calvary Chapel High School here. Set number one went to the Calvary Chapel Eagles, 25-15 over the MCC Hustlers. Set two coming up here as Calvary Chapel looks to extend their set lead, whereas MCC would be looking to tie it up. So as they take the floor, try and get you our starters. For MCC, number 5, Grace Vivera. Number 4, Ellie Bonenberger. Number 10, Jane Sickok. Number 3, Grace Sonlane. Number 6 is Mia Humes. And number 1, Haley Carestis. For Calvary Chapel, you have number 8, Ava Dorn. Number 6, Ainsley Shack. Number 5, Desiree Green. Number 9, Olivia Wolf. Number 3, Jolie Bielet. And number 2, Isabel Seward. So those are your starters here. Biolet. So that's number 3, Joey Biolet. And there are your starters here for set number 2. So MCC will start with possession. Back at the service line for the Hustlers is Mia Humes to start set number 2. As Mia Humes gets set number 2 started with a good serve there received. Here comes the third touch. Got to get it over. They will. Getting up close to the net. It'll be received well and too well for the Eagles to receive it on the other end. Good first point there by Calvary Chapel, MCC over Calvary Chapel, 1-0 so far. Humes at the service line. Good serve there by Humes, received by Seward. Seward, you got to get it over off the tip of the net. She will. That set goes back into the net. Point goes to Calvary Chapel, 2-1. Olivia Wolf heads to the service line now. Good serve by Wolf. And third touch got to go over off the top of the net, out of bounds for MCC. 2-1 lead now for Calvary Chapel. They take their first lead of the set. Big serve by Wolf on the line in for the ace. So Olivia Wolf makes it 3-1 for Calvary Chapel, as they would be looking to take a 2-set advantage here in the set. MCC would be looking to tie it up. Wolf, serve gets over. Good job keeping it up. And the third touch gets over. First touch gets over, back to back. There, Green sets it up. Got to get over on that hit. They will. So back and forth we go. Good set. Here comes the third set bump. It gets over. And this is how the rally goes. Back and forth in the back corner, and the point. And the kill by number 3, Jolie Biolet. 4-1, Eagles lead. Olivia Wolf heads back to the service line. Good serve there. And now the serve will be too much to handle in 3 touches. 5-1, Calvary Chapel leads once again, jumping out to a big lead early. The last game, their start was 8-1. Already up here 5-1. Olivia Wolf serve. Can't be received. That'll be an ace for Wolf. And it's 6-1. So Olivia Wolf stays at the service line for Calvary Chapel. That one off the top of the net and over. Good set, got a spike on the third touch there. And the kill by Grace Vivera. 6-2 the score. And the ball and possession goes back to MCC. Sub checking in for MCC. Doria Small comes in. At the service line for MCC is Jane Sickok. Sickok serve. For here, off the set. That one gets over Calvary Chapel. Big spike once again by Vivera. And Green tips it over now for the Eagles. Back and forth. Good bump. Once again, Vivera's tip will get them the point. So Vivera picks up the kill once again. 6-3. As MCC starts to bring it back a little bit here. Once again, the service line is Sickok. A serve receive set up towards the net. They can't get over in 3. As the fourth touch awards MCC the point. And here comes a nice run by the Hustlers. 6-4, Calvary Chapel leads. Sickok stays at the service line. There's a serve by Sickok. A miscommunication by the Eagles. And the run continues for MCC. 6-5. Sickok at the service line. They trail by 1. Good receive set. Got to get over on this tip. Good tip. They keep it up and get it over. Great dig and set there by the Hustlers. And the spike by the Eagles off the net by BLA. And it's 6-6. 5-point run here by MCC to tie it up. Staying at the service line is Jane Sickok, the junior. Sickok serve, receive now. Bump, got to get it over on that hit. They will. And Calvary Chapel ends the run and takes their lead back 7-6 there. Heading back to the service line for Calvary Chapel. Desiree Green. Green serve. Stays in. Good set. Got to get over on that one. They will. Good dig. Wolf keeps it up. Got to get over on that third touch. They will. Great job keeping it in by Stone Lane. That hit gets over Green with the receive. Wolf got to get over with power. Too much as it goes long. And it's 7-7. Tie game. Sub coming in for Calvary Chapel, number 1, Naomi Green. Senior Green checks in for Senior Green. Which one is which? Who knows? I know. Naomi Green comes in for Desiree Green. Back at the service line for MCC, Ellie Bonenberger. Set, got to get over on that tip. Nice tip by Calvary Chapel. And MCC can't get it back over. And the Eagles take the 8-7 lead here early in set number 2. Back at the service line for Calvary Chapel, number 6, Ainsley Shack. Set. Got to get over there. They will on the third touch. Good set. Here comes the spike. It's blocked at the net by MCC, but they'll still get it over. Great resilience there by Calvary Chapel. Good tip there. Keeping it up. The Eagles got to get over on that hit. They will by Leah Wolliver. Good set. Spike coming up. Good spike. Great job keeping it up by Wolf, but the kill by number 12, Ajane Momperos. 8-8. Substitution coming in. 2 for Calvary Chapel. Abigail Cieslak and Mallory Jeancake. Here comes the serve by Vivera. Good job keeping it up. Hit goes over there for the Eagles. Here comes the set going back for Humes. Was the one that got it over MCC. This hit's got to go over. Wolliver got it over. Good set. Here comes the spike by Humes. Received by Wolf. They got to keep it up. Green will keep it up. Bouncing off the basketball hoop. Wolf sends it back over. What a snipe by Wolf. Olivia Wolf making plays out here for the Eagles. Spike blocked. They keep it up right back over. Back and forth. What a rally. Tip goes over by Wolliver. Neither side can keep the edge. Green gets it up. Wolf bumps it. Got to get it over there. They will. Back and forth, and the rally finally ends as Calvary Chapel finishes it off to take the 9-8 lead.
Wow. That was awesome.
Fantastic rally there, ending with the Calvary Chapel point. Jolie Biolay with the serve. Set. Here comes a spike by Humes, goes long, and Calvary Chapel extends their lead 10-8. Biolay back at the service line. Good serve by Biolay. Set. Here comes the spike getting over. Good dig there by Green. But up, got to get it over. It's Wolf sending it long. MCC keeps it in. Got to get over on that one. Good job by Humes tracking it down. Here comes the set. Here comes the spike by Cieslak. And the point once again. A 3-point run here by the Eagles. 11-8. Now they lead. Also live on the Brevard Sports Network right now, Vieira and New Smyrna Beach. Alan Zlodzinski on the call. If anyone has any score updates from that game, they would be greatly appreciated. Battle at the net. And the block goes to Calvary Chapel, number 4, Leah Wolliver. 12-8 now, Calvary Chapel leads. Actually, they say Wolliver is in the... Well, we got a timeout on the court by MCC. Scoreboard says 11-9. That would mean that point would have gone to MCC. Obviously, I'll go off the scoreboard. So 11-9, Calvary Chapel leads here. End of the timeout. Once again, I'd like to thank our great sponsors, Kel Clean Pressure Washing. You can find them on Facebook or Instagram at 321-505-7006. Also, Beach Wave Volleyball Club. You can find them at 321-243-8456 or beachwavevolleyball.club. Thanks to our sponsors tonight, once again, Kel Clean and Beach Wave Volleyball Club. So for any pressure washing needs, call Kel Clean. And if you or your child may want to learn volleyball, learn from the best at Beach Wave Volleyball Club. So possession is with MCC. I'm guessing it was a net call on Calvary Chapel after that. So at the service line, it will be Mia Humes. 11-9, Calvary Chapel leads in set number 2. Here comes the serve by Humes. Great receive there, set. Here comes the spike by Wolf. Too much on it. Powerful one goes long, and here comes MCC back into it, 11-10. Here comes the serve again by Humes. Looking to tie it up on this point. Good set. Got to get over on this one. Wolliver will to the cross court. Setting it up here. Got to get over. Nice tip by Humes. Here comes the set. Close to the net. And the double there on Calvary Chapel ties the game. 11-11. Make a wish, Caleb. Mia Humes. Here comes a set for Calvary Chapel. Olivia Wolf gets it over. Second touch gets close to the net. Nice one there. Nice precision by MCC. Cieslak gets over. Here comes the set to set up the spike by Humes. And another foul on Calvary Chapel. And MCC with the run to take the lead. 12-11 now. Big lead for MCC again. Calvary Chapel won set 1, so this would be a good set for MCC to win. Hume spike or serve goes out of bounds. 12-12. We stay tied. MCC only notched 15 points in the first set. They're already up to 12 with a tie game. Looking better here already. Isabel Seward heads back to the service line, the senior libero. Here comes Seward. The serve. Gets over, here comes the set, the third touch, the tip over by Humes. Good bump of that. hit by Wolf, goes short off the net. The point goes to MCC, 13-12. Grace Soenlane at the service line for MCC. Soenlane on the serve. Good one there, received by Calvary Chapel. And miscommunication there on the way down. And MCC extends their lead 14-12 off the Eagles' miscommunication. Soenlane still at the service line. She sends that one deep, received well by the Eagles. Got to get over on this third touch. They will. Soenlane on the receiving end on the other side. Nice set. Here comes the spike. Going long. Out of bounds. Point goes to Calvary Chapel. 14-13. Substitution coming in for Calvary Chapel. Number 6, it's Ainsley Shack. Here comes the serve by Abigail Cieslak. Bump gets up close to the net. Too close to get tipped over, and we are tied right back up. 14-14. As we got a back and forth set here in set number 2. Heading back to the service line is Cieslak. Good hit there by Cieslak for the ace, as it can be received. And the Eagles take the lead back 15-14. Cieslak heads back to the service line once again following the ace. Cieslak serve. Good receive by MCC. There's the set. Here comes the spike set up. It's a nice tip. Seaward with the dig. A miscommunication by Calvary Chapel ties it back up 15-15. Back to the service, substitution for Calvary Chapel, number 8, Ava Dorn. Back to the service line will be Mia Humes for MCC. Here comes Humes on the serve. Here comes the set, setting up the green spike, and that one goes long, and the lead heads back to MCC, 16-15. Mia Humes head back to the service line. Mia Humes heads back to the service line for the Hustlers. Humes, good receive by Seaward. There's the set. Here comes the spike by Wolf. Great dig, but it can't keep it up long enough. 16-all. We stay tied here in set number 2. Heading to the service line for Calvary Chapel, number 9, Olivia Wolf. Here comes the serve by Wolf. A powerful one. Goes long, no contact. MCC takes the lead back, 17-16. This one stays close. Sub coming in for MCC, number 21, Doria Small. Here comes the serve by Sikok. And that one sails out. The point goes to Calvary Chapel, 17-all. As this one stays back and forth, back in a tie. Desiree Green at the service line. She gets it up. The bump gets it close to the net. Humes bumps it back. And the hit gets over there by Vivera. Here comes the set. The spike by Wolliver. Great dig there. And getting it over after a dig is Soenlane. Grace Soenlane. Here comes the spike by Calvary Chapel. Good rally here. A tip over. Bump right back on the first touch. Back and forth they go. The bump back. Nice spike. And the point goes to Calvary Chapel. Number 6, Ainsley Shack with the spike. Desiree Green heads back to the service line as the Eagles lead at 18-17. Green on the serve. No one gets there. Well, Humes tried, but the bump goes out of bounds. 19-17 now. Calvary Chapel breaks the back and forth with a 2-point lead. Green back at the service line once again. I serve by Green off the net, and the point heads back to MCC. 19-18. Checking in for Calvary Chapel, Naomi Green. Here comes the serve for MCC, Ellie Bonenberger. Served by Bonenberger. Here comes the set for the third. Touch spike that gets over. That can't be blocked, and the kills by number 3, Jolie Biolay. 20-18. The lead for Calvary Chapel. Heading back to the service line is Ainsley Shack. Shack serve gets over for the ace. Great ace by Shack. And it's 21-18. Now the lead for the Eagles. Shack once again on the serve, following the ace. Bump there. This time will be brought up. A spike there by MCC. Good bump. Got to go over the spike here. It's Green sending it, lofting it over the net there. Hume sets it up. Got to get it over. And Hustlers run into each other. The ball falls to the floor. The point goes to Calvary Chapel. It's 22-18 Eagles. Shack heads back to the service line. Good receive there by the Hustlers. And off the violation. And a timeout by the Hustlers after the Eagles point. 23-18. Calvary Chapel leads into the timeout here as set 2 looks like it may be close to finishing, as Calvary Chapel is setting up another run to end the set. Like to talk about our sponsors. Cal Clean, the best in pressure washing. If you need them, you can find them on Facebook and Instagram. We're at 321-505-7006. Or if you are interested, or maybe your child is interested in playing volleyball, go check out Beachway Volleyball Club at 321-243-8456 or beachwayvolleyball.club. Heading back to the service line is Ainsley Shack. There comes the serve. Bumps up there. Good tip. As they all get there. Wolf sends it over there for Calvary Chapel. The spike there for the kill by Ajane Momperos. 24-18. Actually, the point goes to Calvary Chapel as I think Momperos was in the net. Now set point once again for Calvary Chapel. Heading back to the service line, Ainsley Shack. If you recognize that last name, Shack. I believe her grandfather was recognized at Palm Bay last Friday night. That'd be Coach Charlie Shack. Good serve there. Set. And the spike there. Tipped. The block out of bounds. And the Calvary Chapel Eagles take the first 2 sets here as they look to put it away in set number 3. 23-18. We will be back in a few minutes for the start of set number 3.
Look, as long as you know.
I want to get an update on Allen's.
I think that's gonna be a 5-setter.
Oh, yeah.
Goodbye, big spammer.
Freak out of my comment section.
Better than just the comment section. Get
My
off our
page.
page. You have been banned from the page of BSN.
Welcome to Bandland. How can I help you? What are you rooting for? We spam BSN. Oh, that's your first mistake. Welcome back here to Calvary Chapel Academy here as we get ready for set number 3, where the Calvary Chapel Eagles look to try and win it in 3 over MCC, where the Hustlers are coming back here to try and send it to set number 4. As we'll announce your starters here for set number 3 for MCC. Number 12, Ajane Montperouse. Number 8, Cecilia Hated. Number 6, Mia Humes. Number 3, Grace Sonlane. Number 5, Grace Favera. Number 4, Ellie Bonenberger. Number 10, Jane Sickok for Calvary Chapel. You have number 2, Isabella Seward. Number 9, Olivia Wolf. Number 8, Ava Dorn. Number 3, Jolie Biolay. Number 5, Desiree Green. And number 6, Ainsley Shack. Olivia Wolf heads to the service line to start set number 3. And the first set goes long, and MCC takes the 1-0 lead. The Hustlers need to win this set. To keep themselves alive in this one, as Calvary Chapel has taken sets 1 and 2. Humes back at the service line here. That one can't be received, and the ace by Humes puts the Hustlers up 2-0. Nice start for the Hustlers. That's one of their struggles has been those first 2 sets, is getting stuck at 1 point and then getting outscored for a little while, now up 2-0. Mia Humes at the service line. Good serve by Humes. Good dig there to keep it up off the net. 3-0 now. MCC leads to start set number 3. Mia Humes once again at the service line. Seward's bump goes straight over the tip by MCC. Gets it back over the second hit there. Calvary Chapel. Good set there. Set over, though, goes out of bounds. 3-1, Calvary Chapel gets on the board. Desiree Green heads to the service line for the Eagles. Checking in for Calvary Chapel, number 4, Leah Wolliver. There goes Green on the serve. Great dig there. And the dig leads to a point for the Hustlers. 4-1, they lead now. Substitution coming in for Calvary Chapel, number 11, Natalie Keene. Heading to the service line for MCC, number 10, Jane Sickok. Sickok at the service line here. Good serve there. Now to be received. The spike got to get over there by Shack in the back corner. For the point. 4-2. Didn't want to call it too quickly there, but that one, Shack pins it in the back corner on the spike. And now she'll head to the service line. Ainsley Shack, only an 8th grader, making varsity. So they got her for a long time. That spike goes out of bounds. 4-3 now, MCC leads. But Calvary Chapel starting to bring it back. Shack heads back to the service line. There's the serve by Shack, and now received by MCC. Got to get it over on that one, they will. The dig, and Calvary Chapel can't keep it up. MCC extends their lead 5-3. Subs coming in for Calvary Chapel, number 10, Abigail Cieslak, and number 12, Mallory Jeancake. Back at the service line for MCC, Ellie Bonenberger. Bonenberger to serve. Good serve there. Received by Calvary Chapel. The set by Jeancake. Cieslak on the spike, which will bounce off the wall, which is out of bounds. The point for Calvary Chapel, 5-4. MCC still leads as Calvary Chapel keeps it close. Back at the service line for Calvary Chapel, Jolie Biolay. We had an update over from Vieira. Set 1 went to the New Smyrna Beach Cudas, 25-21. There in game of the week. That hit by Vieira off the net, and we are back tied up 5-5. For the first time since 0-0. They are back tied up as Calvary Chapel has brought it back. Biolay back at the service line. Good serve by Biolay. received here. Got to get over right up next to the net. Too close to the net. And a big run here by Calvary Chapel puts them in front, 6-5. 6-5 Eagles lead. BOA back at the service line. And Calvary Chapel trying to end this match in 5. BOA serve off the net. And we're back tied 6-6. Possession MCC. Heading to the service line, Grace Vivera. Vivera at the service line. Received by the Eagles. Set for the spike by Wolliver. It gets back over. And foul by MCC gives Calvary Chapel the lead, 7-6. Subs come in, heading to the service line for Calvary Chapel. Isabel Seward. Seward on the serve. Good job by Seward. There goes the bump set. Here comes the third hit. Spike gets over. Two girls there, neither make contact, and we're back tied up 7-7. Heading to the service line, being subbed in is number 8 for MCC. That's Cecilia Hated. There's the serve by Hated. Good receive there by Calvary Chapel. Got to get over on that hit. Green will. Great dig there by MCC. He keeps it up. Got to get over on this one. They will. MCC wanted a double there. Big spike there. Calvary Chapel keeps it up. Got to get over on this hit. They will. BOA. Rally setting up. Got to get over. Good hit by Sickhawk. Going up towards the net. Bump straight up in the air. Green tips it over. Received by MCC now. The Hustlers. Good tip over. Great dig by Wolf to get back over the tip. Will give MCC the lead back. 8-7 off the kill. Back to the service line. Number 8. Cecilia Hated for the Hustlers. The serve, that one, that first bump goes over, and the free ball will be a kill for MCC. 9-7 they lead. Me neither. Couldn't get the number there on the kill, but a big spike off the free ball. Hated heads back to the service line. Here comes the serve by Hated. Received there on the bump. Here comes the set. Spike coming up. Blocked by MCC. Up there was number 12, Ajane Momperos. Puts MCC up 10-7. Good receive here by Calvary Chapel. The set, this tip by Green for the kill. Desiree Green makes it 10-8 and gives possession back to Calvary Chapel. Sub coming in will be Ainsley Shack for Calvary Chapel. Heading back to the service line for Calvary Chapel, number 10, Abigail Cieslak. Cieslak. Serve gets over, received now. Set up for the spike. And that one can't be received, and the kill falls in for Mia Humes. 11-8 the lead for MCC now. Sub checking in for Calvary Chapel, number 8, Ava Dorn. Heading to the service line will be Grace Sonelane. Sonelane at the service line. Good serve there. Received by Wolf. Keeping up. Got to get over on this one. They can't. And another point to MCC. They lead at 12-8, in which for them is a win or go home set number 3. MCC got to take set number 3 to keep this match alive. Sonelane at the service line. Sends it long. And the point heads back to Calvary Chapel. They still trail, though, 12-9. Back to the service lines, Olivia Wolf for the Eagles. Wolf sends it over. Big receive there. Got to get over on this one. Humes runs up. Now received by Calvary Chapel. Green got to get over. She will. Great dig there by Sonelane. And the tip gets him over. Here comes set. Here comes the spike. for the Eagles. And the Hustlers keeping it up here, getting it over. The dig can't keep it up. Yes, it can off the net. But Seaward can't get it back over. 13-9 now the Hustlers lead. As we near halfway through the third set, the Hustlers lead at 13-9. The serve there by Humes. Bump here. Here comes a spike by Desiree Green. Received now by the Hustlers. Here comes a spike by a cross court spike there. Long one by Seaward gets over. The deep ball set by Hayden. The spike blocked. Tips back up. Here comes the set. Got to get over. It's Wolf. She will back and forth. Stone Lane up front to Humes. The spike going long. 13-10. Calvary Chapel still trails the MCC. They head back to the service line, though. Desiree Green will handle it. Served by Green. Goes long. Point heads back to MCC, 14-10. Heading to the service line for MCC will be Mary Paternoster. Also checking in is number 21, Doria Small. Paternoster heads back to the service line for the Eagles. For the Hustlers. Paternoster on the serve. Received by Wolf. There's the set. Here comes the spike by Wolf. Cut drops in. And the kill by Olivia Wolf makes it 14-11. Serve back to the Eagles. They still trail in this one, but they're keeping it close here. And what could be a match-winning set number 3 if they can bring it back. Ainsley Shack at the service line. Serve might have gone out. But MCC keeps it in for the ace. 14-12. Eagles lead, and Shack will head back to the service line. Here comes the serve by Shack. That one received now. Miscommunication for the Hustlers, and back-to-back. Back-to-back aces for the Eagles. Ainsley Shack heads back to the service line on back-to-back aces. Small keeps up, got to get it over. That's Humes. Great dig there by Shack, got to get over. Wolliver did there. Here comes the set, the spike set up for Biolay. And the dig there, can't keep it in bounds. And just like that, we're all tied back up, 14-14. What a run by the Eagles as Ainsley Shack heads back to the service line to try and give them the lead. Shack on the serve. Just creeps over the net. The bump gets over. The tip gets back over now for Calvary Chapel. Behind the back, Humes. Shack keeps up on the dig. The set, got to get it over. Biolay on the tip. MCC sends it back over. There's the set by Dorn. The spike by Wolliver. Gets back over the tip by Wolliver. And the point heads to Calvary Chapel as they take the lead back, 15-14. Off, I believe, was a carry call. Served by Shack off the net. And they're back tied, 15-15. Subbing in once again the duo for Calvary Chapel, Abigail Cieslak and Mallory Jeancake. And coming in for MCC is Ajane Mumpers and Haley Karistas. 15 all here in set number 3, a close one. Calvary Chapel wins the set, they win the match. If MCC wins the set, we head to 4. Heading to the service line is Haley Karistas. Karistas on the serve. Received by Calvary Chapel. There's the set. Here comes the spike by Cieslak. And that one can't be received. The kill by Cieslak. Great effort by MCC, but the lead heads back to Calvary Chapel, 16-15. Scoreboard hasn't updated. I believe it should be 16-15. It is now. Back to the service line. Jolie Biolay. Biolay serve. Good dig there. Up towards the net. The set goes over on the second touch. Set. Here comes a spike by Wolf. A big one. can't be blocked at the net. 17-15 Eagles lead. Good serve there by BLA, now received by MCC. They're going to bump it up. Small, Doria Small gets it over there. Here comes the set, sets up the spike for Wolf, which goes long. Actually tipped there. 18-15, Calvary Chapel leads it. Jolie BLA heads back to the service line, and we got a timeout by MCC as Calvary Chapel leads at 18-15, and the Hustlers want to try and stop this run before it could end their game. Once again, I'd like to thank our sponsors for all your pressure washing needs. Call Kel Clean Pressure Washing. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram or at 321-505-7006. And if you or your child are interested in learning or playing the sport of volleyball, call out the best at Beachway Volleyball Club at 321-243-8456 or at beachwayvolleyball.club. Thanks again to our sponsors. As back to serve for Calvary Chapel, Jolie BLA. Here comes the serve by BLA. Eagles lead by 3 nearing the end of the third set. BLA serve off the net. And timeout there is won by the Hustlers. 18-17 now. Or sorry, 18-16. Sub coming in for MCC, number 13, Mary Paternoster. Grace Vivera now to serve for the Hustlers. Here comes the serve by Vivera. And serve there received by Calvary Chapel. Miscommunication. And another point goes to the Hustlers. 18-17 now. Calvary Chapel leads. Vivera will head back to the service line. Here goes Vivera. Good serve received right back over by Wolliver, and the spike by MCC goes out of bounds. 19-17 Eagles lead. Sub coming in, that's Desiree Green for the Eagles. Isabel Seward on the serve. That one now received by Sickhawk. Small sends over. Seward picks it up. Here comes the tip over by Green. Back and forth they start to go. Humes tip. They keep it in there. Seward got to get it over. BLA with the big spike. Out of bounds. The referee overrules the line judge and says it was out. 19-18 now. Sub coming in. We'll take the serve. That will be Cecilia Hated. 19-18. Calvary Chapel leads as MCC hanging in this one. Hated heads to the service line. Hated serve. Received now by Calvary Chapel. Here comes a set to set up. The bump by Green. Gets over. Now received on the other end. The set for the spike by Humes. Now received by Calvary Chapel. Wolf with the spike. Received by Hated. Now the spike by Humes going cross court. There's the bump. Got to get it over. Green will. And Green with the kill as the Eagles take a 20-18 lead. So we're getting close to the end. MCC's got to hang in it. Ainsley Shack checking in now for the Eagles. At the service line, that is Abigail Cieslak, the freshman. Cieslak on the serve. A very high receive there. Gets up for Sickhawk, who sends it cross court. A double dig there. Green on the tip. Can't get the kill that time. Now back up, Sickhawk on the spike. There's the setback. And a double on Calvary Chapel. 20-19. They still lead. Back to the service line for MCC will be Grace Sonlane. Checking in now for Calvary Chapel, Ava Dorn. And for MCC, Ellie Bonenberger. As Sonlane heads back to the service line. Grace Sonlane at the service line for MCC, looking to tie this game up. Sonlane serve, received by Seward. Her bump goes all the way back over the tip by MCC. Got over back and forth, and that one can't be received on the miscommunication. 21-19, Calvary Chapel leads. MCC got to limit these mistakes for this last stretch to avoid getting defeated in 3. Olivia Wolf at the service line. Wolf serve low off the net, and just like that, MCC gets the point back, 21-20. It stays close. Here in serve number 3, Mia Humes heads to the service line. There's a serve by Humes. Good save there. Got to get over. Seward. Deep shot there. Set. Got to get it over. Close to the net. And too close to the net. The point goes to the Eagles. 22-20. Eagles lead it. Getting closer to the end. Wolliver checks in for Seward for the Eagles. Heading to the service line, Desiree Green for Calvary Chapel. Green on the serve. It can't be received, and Green picks up the ace. 23-20. Calvary Chapel leads. Getting closer to what would be match point. Desiree Green heads back to the service line. 23-20. Eagles lead. Green serve. Bumped up there. Set for the spike. The tip actually there by Sickhawk. Here comes the set for the spike. A big spike by Shack up. It's blocked at the net. And that'll set up match point for the Eagles. 24-20. Match point now. Desiree Green will take the serve. This is for the win in 3 sets for the Eagles. Desiree Green. Serve. Just creeps over, and the ace for the win by Desiree Green. And the Calvary Chapel Eagles knock off the MCC Hustlers in 3 sets as they advance to 2-2 on the year. They win it the 3rd set 25-20, the closest of the sets. First set 25-15, 2nd set 25-18, 3rd set 25-20. And again, Calvary Chapel advances to 2-2. MCC unfortunately falls to 0-5. Again, keep it posted, Brevard Sports Network, as we still have a game currently going on, the big game of the week between Vieira and New Smyrna Beach. Alan Zalorzinski on the call. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. For everyone here at Calvary Chapel and MCC tonight, for Kayla Brown, I'm Jackson Robb for the Brevard Sports Network. Have a great night, everybody, and make it a sports night.